Do you feel like you are not seen in the workplace? In today's video, I'm going to share a 4-part framework to master your personal visibility at work and to overall grow your impact. If you haven't subscribed yet, then hit that subscribe button and then ring that bell. Hit that bell so that you're notified every time that I release a new video to help you progress forward in your career. This video today is part 2 of a 3-part series. Part 1 is how to build your personal brand. So you'll want to check that one if you haven't done so. The link is going to be in the description below. And then go ahead and subscribe because you'll want to be notified when I release part 3 next week. And that's going to be how to work smarter, not harder. Hi, my name is Ryan Stoltzfus. I'm the founder of the Job Hackers Network. I work directly with experienced engineering leaders and operational leaders to help them build their personal brand so that overall they can grow their impact and change more people's lives. For today's topic, I want to jump into it with a quote from Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos says, "Your brand is what they say about you when you're not in the room." And I'm here to tell you, you can affect your brand, what people say about you while you're not in the room. Okay, so we're going to dive into the 4-part framework now to master personal visibility so that you can change that brand, so that you can affect what's said about you in that room. All right, part 1 is to identify target roles. Inside of your organization, there are desirable roles, things that you want to accomplish, that you want to attain. Getting those targets in mind, this is the first step to being able to move forward and improve your visibility. You've got to have a target. I think back to my days of playing basketball. I would step up to that free throw line and I would get the target in my line of sight. I would walk through my setup, my process that was assured to make it go right through the hoop, and then you shoot the basket. You have that target in mind, you have that direction, and then you're able to build out strategy to increase probability to get you there. So what are you going to be thinking about when you're thinking about target roles? Sure, it might have a title, but I want you to think about the scope. What is the size of the team that you want to move from and to, right? So you may be the leader of a single team of 15 engineers. Perhaps the next level is to go from a senior manager to a director and have 2 teams of 15 that you're working with to become a leader of leaders. It may be a title, it may be that scope. On the operations side, you may be leading a $30 million P&L right now as a senior manager, moving towards a $100 million P&L as a director. So you've got to have that next level title in mind, and then we're going to move into step 2 of the framework. Step 2 of the framework, this is going to be to identify key hiring managers. What is a hiring manager? A hiring manager is an individual who has the capacity, the ability to create the role that you want. When they actually have a role posted, sure, they're a hiring manager, but they were a hiring manager the whole time, even when they don't have that key role posted. It's that individual that could create the role for you. And the best time to network with those people is when a role doesn't yet exist. So you're getting the names of the individuals in a specific layer. Maybe it's VP of Operations, that individual who owns that $250 million P&L. You've got them in line, you've got them in mind, and you're putting down the names on an Excel spreadsheet, on a pad, on a paper somewhere so that you can move into step 3. So let's do that now. If this information is helping you, then hit that like button down below and then go down to the comments and add in a comment. Answer this question for me. Do you believe that you can affect what people say about you while you're not in the room? Give me a yes, give me a no, give me a comment down below, and I promise I will engage in the back and forth. I will respond to you. Let's dive into step 3 of this 4-part framework. Let's continue to build out that purposeful visibility to change what's said about us while we're not present. All right, number 3. This is going to be to assess your brand with each of the key hiring managers that you identified on your list. Again, by name. Let's say that you identified Andy. Let's look at Andy and say, okay, what does Andy currently think of you? One way to look at it is, what have been the lines of sight that Andy has had to you? Did Andy see you in a presentation? Did Andy see you in a key delivery? Was Andy maybe an executive sponsor on one of the projects that you executed? All these things are lines of sight that one specific individual, this named individual, has specifically about you. And so I want you to assess what is the current health, the current state of this individual's knowledge of you. What is your brand to them? This is step 3. Are you ready to start or optimize your job search process? Do you feel stuck and need help connecting the dots? Join this free web class where you'll learn the step-by-step formula to control your career progression. We've helped hundreds of experienced engineering and operations leaders just like you to build their brand and grow their impact. Register for this exclusive training today to step into the driver's seat of your career. Let's dive into step 4 of the 4-part framework. This one is going to be to create an action plan. You've got your list. You've assessed where you're at with each of those named individuals. Now you can put into place the specific step or steps that you want to take to purposefully own and change the visibility level that this individual has to you. It could be to go directly to them and set up a meeting. It could be that they're going to be present at an upcoming presentation. It could be that you're going to be present at a presentation that they're giving. One of the best ways that you can affect how somebody thinks about you is to ask really, really great questions. What does a great question look like? So you're sitting in a room, let's say. This individual is delivering a presentation to 200 people. Knowing the topic ahead of time, you do a little bit of research. You walk into the room prepared, and then you present a question that helps to bring everything together. This is the art of facilitation, connecting dots. And that question should have a fact and a point of curiosity. When I was hearing this, when I saw this, when I researched this, I came to understand this, or I perceived this was the case. Can you tell me more? I'm curious to know more about this. So you're packaging two things together in a great question, showing that you're going to put in the work. You're going to show up. You're going to go do that research. You're paying attention to all the moving parts in the room, and you can help that conversation move forward smoothly. Again, the art of facilitation, helping that conversation, helping the outcome. Not a divergent question that takes us off on a sidetrack. That's a good way to get known negatively in the room. But a question that helps the conversation is super impactful. Now, if you can carry out this 4-part action plan, you will be stepping into the driver's seat, into control of mastering your personal visibility. Consider what amazing and positive things could happen in your career if the people who hold the power to create the role that you would desire to have in the future, if they truly had a line of sight to you, a line of visibility to you, and they understood your value, what it would be like for you to be in their world driving value. If you want to grow your impact, this gives you the keys to the kingdom and will absolutely transform your career. Now, for greater depth, for greater detail on this process, I've put together a free training that I'm going to link in the description below. That training is on how to unleash your engineering or operations leadership career. It gives you a blueprint to master your brand, to master visibility, to change the trajectory and the path of your career. Look in the description for a link to that training. Now, as I mentioned before, this is part 2 of a 3-part framework. So I'm going to place up here for you the link to part 1 so that you can dive right into that, and then an additional video that is absolutely going to help you take control of your career as you look to build your brand and grow your impact. I will see you on the next one. Have a great day.